Welcome back, art lovers, to Figure Study, where we appreciate the form in Transformers. Now, I wanted to kind of keep this masterpiece ball rolling, sort of, a little bit, uh, with what is technically not a masterpiece, but is kind of trying to be. Now, some people may find this guy kind of familiar looking. For those that don't, this is the, and I'm going to butcher the name and I apologize, the WeiJiang, I don't know, I'm sorry, M01 Oversized Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. Now, what this is it's a knockoff. This is not an official Hasbro or Takara figure. This is handled by a third-party company with whose name I just butchered, and what they've done is they basically took the Evasion Mode Optimus Prime that was from was it Age of Extinction. They took that little Voyager size figure and they made this, which is kind of similar, uses a lot of the same pieces, a lot of the same mold, but they made it really, really big and also really detailed and really heavy because this thing is full of metal bits. So, get a closer look here. You can see this guy is pretty large. I don't have anything on hand for a comparison, but I don't normally do those anyway. Yeah, this is a very nice looking Optimus Prime. He's, color-wise, he's got the blue, the red, silver stripe that goes across the front to the grill. There's some nice paint on here, which looks good here. Much better than the Evasion mode, the official Evasion mode, because that thing had like very little paint. But he's got, the nice little yellow lights up top. He's got side mirrors, silver for the wheels. Lots of nice little details and color differences. And also, this is really nice. Now there's these panels in the back that actually cover up what would be gaps. So yeah, he's very neat, and pretty much all the metal is right in the front here. So this is the heavy part. But he's very cool. I really dig the way this looks. It's a little bit, I don't know. I mean, I kind of prefer the MP10 more cartoony look, but this guy does look good. The one thing that's always kind of bugged me about this mold that is still present here is these windows in the front. Now, they actually don't look too bad here from this angle. It's more when you look at them from other angles where you kind of start to see that break up on the side. And like I've seen this in the actual official mold, this center strip doesn't really line up very well. And it creates this kind of annoying thing where like the windows are all broken up. But here, it actually looks pretty smooth, so I can definitely appreciate that. And just getting close here, you can see that it's even got like these nice painted windshield wipers and some very clean lines around here. Nice silver for the bumper and the steps here. The gas cans are a little wiggly, but that's because they actually detach and they can combine to become his rifle, which is pretty cool. A lot of nice little molded details in there. And again, this is all, like this whole piece here is all metal. So this is pretty pretty solid. And there's these nice silver smokestacks on the back. And for the back panel here, I appreciate it being here. I really like how this covers up the back, but the fact that it's gray, it just kind of stands out to me in a not the best way. I feel like if it was maybe red, it would blend in a lot better. But what are you going to do? Some nice details on the wheels, and the wheels, are they rubber? I think they're actually rubber. I don't know for sure, but I don't want to mess with it too much right now. They feel like they might be rubber. Yes, they are rubber. You can actually see that it's actually coming off a little bit there. So that's also impressive. And coming around to the back, the taillights are also painted, which it's nice, and especially considering you're never going to see that. but it is nice. And then, of course, you've got the top of the cab, which is his feet, but it actually, I think, they cover it up pretty well. This looks like a truck cab. It's nice. So that is the vehicle mode, which is kind of a big... It's a big brick of a truck, but Optimus Prime is a big brick of a truck. And again, like I said, I prefer the more cartoonish detail of the MP10 over this, but I do think this looks pretty good. However, it looks much better in robot mode, and I'm going to do that and get him into robot mode right now. My utmost respect to all the reviewers that I've seen who have actually managed to transform this thing on camera, because wow. I mean, it's not that the transformation is particularly difficult, it's just there are a lot of little moving parts, a lot of very small clearance things, and yeah, it's just he's and also because he's so big and heavy, he's kind of it's not the easiest to transform, not the hardest, but not the easiest. Anyway, here we have this little shoulder thing is off there. So here we have the the M01. God, that glare off of his chest. I am sorry. The M01. There we go. The M01 knockoff Evasion mode Optimus Prime, and he is something pretty spectacular. There is so much going on here. I mean, now anyone who's familiar with the Voyager Evasion mode Prime knows that there's not a lot of paint on him. It's just kind of like solid blocks of red, solid blue for the legs, and like these really... He looked like a Happy Meal toy compared to this, basically. Now this guy, who I can't quite get entirely into frame because he's so big, you can see there's his toes, there's his robot toes, and there's some nice flame details on the legs as well, and some silver on the shins. Anyway, he is kind of a beast. He's almost as tall as as a combiner as like my Unite Warriors Superion, which is pretty incredible. So yeah, he is very, very cool. I mean, there's just so much, like, he's still got the same reds, the same blues, the same silvers, and all that stuff, but like it's broken up in very interesting ways. How he's got like the blue on the legs, the silver on the thighs, the blue on the hips, silver in the pelvis area, and kind of going back up to blue, silver, red, blue, red flames, silver on the sides, and it's all broken up so nicely. It looks really, really good. And those panels that were covering the back to make the truck look a little bit more like it didn't have a giant gap in back actually fold up to make these nice little shoulder details. They work really, really well, I think. It's very cool. And you can kind of see, going around to the back here, he's got his wheels up on the thighs, which you actually get some control over that. And this was actually a clever engineering thing where this piece here forms, the back of the truck, and these wheels actually swing down. So there's like the original Evasion mode version where you've got the two wheels down here, or you can pop the wheel, swing it up on this little armature here, and peg it into his thigh, and then pull this down, and that way you've got a little bit more variety to them. I like the official transformation. I think it looks good. It's a fun little trailer hitch on the back there. And he's also got these added flame details on his shoulders. Now, there are holes here that you normally can peg his fuel canisters into, the ones that were originally on the truck. But I've actually... This thing's a little loose, so it likes to pop out. I've actually changed them into his rifle, just so you can kind of see how that goes. And here is his rifle. It's not bad looking. I mean, I normally don't have him displayed with this. I keep these in fuel can mode on his back, but it's a nice option to have. I think it's nice. And you got some details on the top that you can actually, when they go into, the fuel cans, you can just rotate them around to smooth them out again, which is a nice touch. But he came with other accessories, which I'm not going to go into now because it's about the accessories. And the only reason I'm talking about these is because they're attached to him in truck mode. But yeah, he looks really good. There's just so much nice, like getting into the closer on the chest here, you can see more of like just the painted lights and the silver in the center there. And that's actually because when you open this up, you can pull this down. There we go. And he has a tiny matrix, which the Evasion mode Prime did not have. I mean, of course, when he's open like this, you've got these huge gaps going through there, but it's still cool. It's very cool that that was included. I've never been huge on the whole Optimus Prime matrix detail, but it is a neat option that they included. Pull that back in. Yeah, there's just so much to this guy. And again, he is very big. He's so big, in fact, that I'm going to raise his arms so I can click his legs up and get enough room to actually look at his face. And the face also looks really nice. It's got painted eyes, all those little silver painted details in there, ears even. It's kind of weird that the top of his head has this little black spot, almost as like it was supposed to be light piping at one point, but they opted out. Yeah, his face looks really good. His entire being looks really good. This thing is, I was so excited that I was able to get my hands on it because the third run is already done. It's already like sold out. They don't have, I'm assuming they're going into a fourth production run because at this point it seems like they're basically printing money. But yeah, this guy is just so cool and so huge. so ridiculously huge. Oh, he also has these nice detailed hands that move quite well and can curl up and stuff. Yeah, just the level of detailing in this figure, both molded and painted, like you can see the mechanical details on the inside here, and this is all metal again, just to remind you, this panel here is metal, so that's molded in metal. Let's see how many times I can say metal. Metal. Anyway, yeah, like the shoulders, what were originally just big blocks of color, you've now got like all these little painted sections here and some nice little, like even a little bit of gold in there for the springs. Got flames painted on the sides here for the arms. It's just so much cool stuff going on here. And my hand's in the way, I'm sorry. They did such a fantastic job with this. I mean, they even have like completely ridiculous things that probably didn't need to be painted, like these little gold rings around the knees. It's just really impressive how much they went in on this. And it's one of those rare instances where you've got a knockoff that actually vastly exceeds the original. I mean, this thing is fantastic. It's kind of like, I basically am only going to have one movie Optimus Prime in my collection, and this is him, because this is just amazing. It's just the colors, the details, the weight, the size. It is, I don't want to say perfect, because nothing's perfect, but it's really, really, really good. And from just about any angle, it's a really just impressive figure to look at. I mean, seriously, this thing looks like a statue. Just looking at it regularly, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's a statue or regular, large but regular action figure. Like it doesn't immediately look like something that can transform into a truck, but it does, and it transforms into a pretty nice looking truck. But yeah, this is just fantastic, and it's a little cost prohibitive too. Like he's not, he's about what you'd pay for a regular Masterpiece Prime, but considering the fact that he's significantly larger, made up of metal parts, comes with all sorts of other accessories, which I haven't shown here, has all this detail, some additional engineering features. He is definitely, if you're a movie Prime fan, he is definitely something that you'll want to try and get your hands on if they start a fourth run, because he is so incredibly cool. Just a little loose in the shoulder there, but it does click out. So yeah, I suppose I've blathered on about completely nonsensical stuff long enough. The short version is he's huge, he's imposing, he's heavy, he's super detailed. He's just better than the original in every conceivable way, and he is absolutely worth getting your hands on if you can get him. He is spectacular looking. He is just a really impressive display piece. I mean, truck mode is like, okay, cool, but robot mode is where it's at. This is something that's, he's meant to be shown off. And he carries that really well. So that has been my look at the, sorry, I'm going to butcher it again, the WeiJiang, I don't know, M01 Evasion Mode Optimus, the oversized knockoff Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. He is fantastic. I'll include a link below. Hopefully TF Direct will get more in stock in the future, so that way you can, follow that and hopefully get your hands on it. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. But yeah, if you can, try and track him down. He's fantastic. Anyway, thank you for watching. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any combination of those three would be grand. And remember, as usual, art is more than meets the eye.